Thinking of moving to the Denver metro area and don't know where to live? Well, today we're going to chat about some of the different neighborhoods in Denver as well as some of the suburbs. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss this, as it's going to help you narrow down which part of town you might want to look at and live in. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. I'm Kathy Hansen, a local Denver area realtor, and I'm also a suburban mom. I have moved here from out of state 17 years ago. I currently live in a Denver suburb. I've raised kids here, or I'm still raising kids. I still have one at home that have gone through elementary school, middle school, high school. And as a local realtor, well, I'm pretty knowledgeable about the Denver metro area and the neighborhoods and suburbs. So let's get right into it. First off, if you're planning to live in the city of Denver, meaning Denver proper, well, then you need to know there are about 75 different neighborhoods in Denver alone. Now, we're not going to be able to talk about all of them today, obviously. Otherwise, this video would be extremely long. But we are going to cover a few along with some of the suburbs. So the first Denver neighborhood we're going to talk about is Park Hill. Now, Park Hill is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Denver. And Park Hill is filled with history and culture. It's also home to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. Our Denver Zoo is there. There's an IMAX theater there, tons of restaurants and little coffee shops. And the homes in Park Hill, well, they range from multi-million-dollar homes down to those cute Denver bungalows. And Park Hill, well, it's on the northeast part of Denver. It's fairly close to our airport, so if you fly in and out a lot, that might be one of the neighborhoods that you want to check out. The second Denver neighborhood is Cherry Creek. Cherry Creek is close to everything. You can get to downtown Denver very quickly, where you can enjoy the performing arts, concerts, and our professional sports teams. And you can also get out to the airport pretty quickly as well from there. Now, Cherry Creek, it's also home to the Cherry Creek Mall, which is our upscale mall in the Denver area. So stores like Neiman Marcus and Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Tiffany's, Cherry Creek Mall is where all of those types of stores are at. Now, right around the Cherry Creek Mall, there's some great restaurants, some cool bars. There's also some great shopping right outside the mall also. There are many professional businesses located in Cherry Creek. And Cherry Creek, to me, it feels like old money. It feels kind of like old Dallas, Texas money, if you know what I mean. There are beautiful old historic mansions in Cherry Creek, and there's also very cool condos and apartments that you can rent in Cherry Creek as well. It is one of the most desirable neighborhoods, but again, one of the most expensive in the Denver metro area. The third neighborhood in Denver is Sloan's Lake. Now, Sloan's Lake is located on almost the very western edge of Denver. Some people say it's up and coming. I think it's here. It's now. It's very trendy. So Sloan's Lake, there's a big lake right in the middle of it, which is really quite cool. There's also a cute little like downtown area that has breweries and bars and restaurants. And so that's kind of fun. And I feel it has a younger demographic than some of the other neighborhoods in the Denver area. Now, Sloan's Lake, it's filled with some older homes, but it's also filled with new developments, new construction homes. Now, these homes are old homes that were knocked down or torn down and rebuilt into the very cool modern homes that we see there in Sloan Lake. It's really a cool area. And the other cool part about it is if you work in Boulder or you visit Boulder quite a bit, getting there is not very difficult. Since you're on the very west side of Denver, it makes an easy commute up to the Boulder area. And if walkability or the urban vibe is your thing, then maybe Lodo, lower downtown, or the downtown Denver area, or the Highlands. One of those three neighborhoods might be for you if you're looking for that more urban area, urban vibe in Denver. Now let's get into some of the suburbs of the Denver metro area. And one of the things that I should mention is all of our suburbs, well, they're all connected. It's not like you have big areas of open and empty space between them. All of the suburbs are connected here in the metro area, and all of our suburbs, well, they're self-sufficient. So what do I mean by that? I mean that they all have their own grocery stores and restaurants and malls and different things like that, the infrastructure that you're going to need to be in a local area suburb. You don't necessarily need to travel outside, but different areas, well, they have different feels and they offer different things. So we're going to go over a couple different suburbs as well to give you an idea of what does the north feel like compared to the south and the west side of the metro area. The first suburb or area we're going to talk about is the southeast Aurora / Parker area. So this is kind of the southeastern-most section of the Denver metro area. Now, Aurora, it's a big city, and it does get a bad rap. As with any big city, there's good parts to it and bad parts to it. And Aurora is probably the biggest city outside of Denver here in the metro area. But today, actually, I'm standing in a model home today in South Shore. And we are in southeast Aurora, and this area has been built up over the last 5 or 6 years. Now, most of this area is located in the Cherry Creek School District. Well, the Cherry Creek School District is one of the best school districts in the state. It's always highly rated, and you can check those things out online to verify that what I'm telling you is true. So it's got great schools down here in the southeast Aurora area, and there's tons of new communities, which also means HOAs. So with those HOAs, though, come tons of amenities. Now, in this area, there are several 55 plus communities or 45 plus communities that are here in the southeast Aurora area. But if we talk about neighborhoods outside of those communities, you have areas like South Shore, which is where I'm at today. It's located right on the Aurora Reservoir, which also has beaches, I guess if you can call it that, as close as what our Colorado beaches is going to be. But there's swim beaches there. You can boat on the reservoir. You cannot have a gas boat, but you can have an electric or a trolling boat or a sailboat there. So this neighborhood, South Shore, is an amazing community with pools and recreation centers right here in the community. One of the other communities very close by is Blackstone Country Club. Now, Blackstone has a private golf course. It's got the country club with dining. It's got the pools. It's got the rec centers. It's got pickleball courts. But when you're a member of Blackstone Country Club, you also get privileges at the Black Bear Golf Course, which is located in Parker. Now, Parker is very close here to southeast Aurora area. And Parker has more homes with bigger lots, let's say, down there in the Parker area, as opposed to this southeast Aurora. Now, they do share a lot of the same amenities. So here in southeast Aurora, we have the Southlands Mall. And the Southlands Mall is an outdoor mall. You have all of your typical mall shops there. It's got restaurants, big box restaurants. It's got big box stores, and it has a movie theater in the mall also. And this whole area is not very far away from the Anschutz Medical Center. It's also close to Children's Hospital and the VA Medical Center, and all three of those share the same campus just up the freeway in Aurora. And then finally, we are fairly close to the Cherry Creek Reservoir, and on Cherry Creek, you can take motorized boats there, and they have camping and they have trails that you can walk and bike on. Lots of fun on the Cherry Creek Reservoir, all amenities of the southeast Aurora area. So back to Parker, you have access to all of those amenities. You're not a far drive away. But if you want a little more small town feel, then Parker might be the area for you. They have a super cute downtown area. Again, restaurants, bars, shops, mom and pop ice cream shops, things like that. There's also a park right there in downtown where they do movies in the park and concerts. And so that's loads of fun. Super cute downtown area, where they string the lights all across the streets, and it's just lit up at night, and it's really awesome. And then Parker also has a really great farmer's market. So if you're looking for bigger lots, more space between homes, small town feel, great downtown area, and you want to be in the southeast area of the Denver metro, then Parker might be the community for you. Then the farthest, southernmost city in the Denver metro area is Castle Rock. Now, if you look on a map, Castle Rock seems like it's far away, but it's really, really not. You can get to downtown Denver in 20 to 30 minutes. You can get to the Denver Tech Center in 15 to 20 minutes. So it's really not that bad. And at one point, Castle Rock, you kind of felt like you were away from it all down there. But it is growing and has tremendously grown over the last 5 years. So if you're looking for a community that is basically all new, new infrastructure, new stores, new shops, new restaurants, then Castle Rock might be the area for you. It is a part of Douglas County Schools, which again is another highly rated district. But Castle Rock does have a smaller section of older homes. Now, closer to those older homes is downtown Castle Rock. So we talked about downtown Parker. Downtown Castle Rock has a really cute downtown area as well. There's a few more cities in the metro area that have those kind of quintessential downtown areas. Well, Castle Rock is one of them. And it's actually been redeveloped. And so there's tons of restaurants. There's some bars there. There's some really cool condos there now. There's also a park there that they have outdoor concerts and activities at also. So downtown Castle Rock, a fun place to go for a night out, go do some shopping in some of the cute shops and antique stores that are there. Plus, Castle Rock has a huge outdoor outlet center. So if you like to shop in the outlets, Castle Rock's the spot for you. Now, if you're looking for neighborhoods that don't have HOAs, then Lakewood or parts of Littleton might be the areas for you to look at. Both of those are located on the west side of town or southwest side of town. And if you don't want an HOA telling you what color you have to paint your house, if you could park your RV on your lot, those kind of things, then one of these two neighborhoods might be the areas for you. Now, typically without those HOAs, these are older neighborhoods, older homes. A lot of them have been updated and redone. Some very cool homes in these neighborhoods too. And what's really great about Lakewood and downtown Littleton or Lakewood and Littleton area is that you can get to the mountains very quickly since you're right on the west side of town. You can get into downtown Denver. It's about a 20-25 minute drive. Both areas are also served by the light rail. So if you don't want to drive into downtown Denver, deal with one-way streets and the parking, you can take the light rails up there to participate in the activities of downtown Denver as well. And then in Littleton, there is a huge new community called Sterling Ranch. Again, Sterling Ranch, HOAs, Metro District, so you do have those rules and regulations you need to follow, but it also comes with lots of amenities and a monthly HOA. Now, when Sterling Ranch is completely built out, I believe it's going to add another 12,000 homes to the Littleton area, so it's really big. And then as we finish up the west side, if you're looking for some neighborhoods where you kind of feel like you're away from the city life, you can go to Ken Carroll Valley or Willow Springs. Both of those are located on the west side of the Hogback. So the Hogback is a little hill, a little mountain. You're 5 minutes away from the city, but you sure feel like you're away from it all there. Now, out there in those areas, you do get lots of wildlife. You have multi-million-dollar homes out there, and you also have some townhomes and lower-priced homes in those areas as well. Then if we move kind of around the circle and we go up to the northwest part of the metro area, you're going to get to cities like Erie and Louisville and Superior. And I believe Superior was voted as one of the happiest cities or happiest places to live in the metro area by one of those online voting polls. Now, that part of town, though, is definitely a much more smaller town feel than the southern part of the metro area. And the secret to those cities up there, well, it's getting out because those cities are growing as well. So you do have new communities with HOAs and tract homes, but you also have a lot of areas that are not brand new communities with a little more space, no HOAs. And these areas can get into downtown Denver fairly quickly, and you're also close to Boulder. Now, these areas are what I call kind of sleepy towns. And so if you're looking for more of a town that doesn't have as many big box stores or as many of the restaurants and the bars, then that northwest part of town, those areas might be something for you to check out. And then finally, on the northeast side, we have Commerce City. Now, Commerce City, filled with history, it used to be a farming community, and it also had an industrial area to it. Today, we're going to specifically talk about Reunion, and Reunion is all a brand new community up there. So again, it's got the HOAs, it's got the Metro District. It also has the amenities of the pools and the trails, the recreation centers. And then Reunion has its own community coffee shop, which is super cool as well. Tons of people go to it. Great place to meet with your neighbors for a cup of coffee. You can get to downtown Denver from Reunion in about 20-25 minutes, and you can also get to the airport in about that same time. Now, obviously, it's just a different direction. And if you didn't know, well, our airport here, it's located, honestly, about 10 miles off of the highway. So to get there from Reunion, if you're 10 miles off the highway just to get to the airport, you're about 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from that area to get into the Denver International Airport. So not a bad drive from there as well. Your money does go farther up here in the Commerce City area, and that's what makes it so desirable right now. There are lots of people moving to this area, and it is growing rapidly. So I hope you found this information helpful and useful to you. If you're interested in finding out about different pockets of the suburbs, different pockets of the city of Denver, different neighborhoods, then I'm happy to discuss with you what would best fit your needs. What area would you maybe like the most, or what areas should we look at first for you? I'm just a phone call, a text, an email away. So once again, I'm Kathy Hansen, a local Denver area realtor. And if you liked this video, well, hit that like button, leave me a comment below. If you want to see more of these videos, then hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever I post a new video, which is every Tuesday, and then every other Friday, I do a home tour. I am here and ready to help you find your dream area and dream home. That's all I got for now, so I will see you on the next video.